that, so we'll see.
So sad to see the Kennen bans, man. There's so many good plays coming out right now.
Hey, Kennen.
Nope. That's fine. He hates you. It's okay. Braum getting banned out by CLG. What else do we have here? Clutch Gaming hitting the heart. Oh, my two favorites right now. Come on, Brand and Kennen banned out.
Yeah, Brand hasn't been seeing the bot lane in forever. Kind of disappointing to see that one banned out. It's a strong pick.
Yeah. Well, Otto and Phil crushed on it yesterday.
Yeah, I
the
mean,
Deathless game. But you're right. It hasn't, like, as much as it was played, this guy has been burned out. Thresh, yes. Oh, you got to go with Morgana as well. Very strong right now. And they already have a lot of long-range kind of catch. If they get that chain, they can have Talia move in on the wall. Do they give protection to that person that has to go into the fight with a black shield?
Yeah, with the Braum banned out, that is kind of the #1 counter to Gragas in a lot of ways, where you just throw your E up and suddenly it's possible to engage. The Morgana Black Shield does a good job of doing that as well. It doesn't really face plant the Gragas ultimate, but it at least protects the primary target that he's going for. So if they were hoping to find some easy combos around the bot lane, not going to happen this time around. Instead, they're going to take the Ashe to go with it. And a Mundo insta-lock. Fallen Bandit getting his Mundo once again.
I'm so surprised Rakan just flew through the entire pick and ban phase.
That is true, too.
It's free. I mean, you have Ashe free initiation. Now you have the arrow, but seeing just the potential, always having engage even from behind. And it looks like we'll see a AD bot. Or no, not AD bot. What are they going to pick up? Top lane coming in for Clutch here.
Yep, looks like it will be that Darius that they're hovering. Feels like both teams ended up going for safety from their bot lanes. You got the Tahm Kench to eat people up from a potential Var's ultimate or Morgana binding. Similarly, Morgana to have those black shields to protect from Ashe arrows and Gragas ultimates. So it might be a tough game for these people to find their angles. Of course, with Talia, LeBlanc, and a counter pickup on the top side, you can expect for once again another kind of top-focused snowball strategy that we kind of saw implemented extremely well last game by Golden Guardians Academy.
Very true. See the summoners that we're getting into the game here with. Still going for those teleports on the bot laners. A cleanse on the Tahm Kench. Seeing that a little bit more, but mostly against Pikes. But with the dark binding, you're going to have to get yourself out of some tricky situations and be able to devour your teammate.
Yeah, the cleanse, a lot of people talk about the flash being a bit of a 2-for-1. Sometimes it can be a similar situation where that's a bit of a 2-for-1. If Morgana lands a really nice ultimate and the stun pops on both of you, the Tahm Kench can hit the cleanse, then devour his teammate, get him out of there, and you've effectively 2-for-1 yet again on summoners. So Tahm Kench has a couple of those nice little interactions, but there is a lot of single target focus on the side of Clutch. I like the Tahm Kench pick, even though it did come pretty early on.
Look at those scores right next to each other. Second place CLG, third place Clutch right now in the season standings. Clutch could look to match that up with this victory here. Feeling pretty good for them towards the end of the split. They get some wins under their belt. Let's see what they start off with. Line of scrimmage on both sides as we expect. But a little bit of love here actually from Clutch Gaming as we look down towards the bot side of the map.
Yeah, we'll see if they can
for
find
this.
someone. We might have some fun.
It's gonna be a party. Don't get too close to the turret. Oh, so the sweeper comes out.
Oh,
Volk, you're not supposed to split off like that.
He's a little far ahead.
Okay, he's good.
Blind binding.
Good.
Blind binding.
But they're gonna fight it.
Here we go!
Oh, immediate damage, 100-0. They're gonna go over the wall for Moon. 100-0 again. That's 200-0. Sun, can they make it another one? His flash is already down. They have enough cleavers to take it. He's got a long run home. And these are gonna be the hits coming in. 1 kill already for Tuesday. He takes the W finally and says, this is a must. Gets hit with the Steel Tempest. One last shot.
Comes back.
So many turret shots. You're only gonna need a few to take you down. It's fully heated up.
They're in the bad spot
now probably having a chance with it. He's going to be down to just a few hundred lower. The hit goes in, the slow is on, but it is going to be a super fiesta to start things off. The last few shots, Piglet getting a kill for himself to start off in the bot side. They're still going to take blue. Nothing is safe in the beginning of this match.
I gotta say, all things considered, that could have gone so much worse for Clutch Gaming. Last second, Sun's clone snaps back to him and body blocks.
Oh boy. All over. Let's go. Rerun it.
Yeah, let's instantly go. Vulcan,
oh my
unfortunately.
God. Vulcan, like,
in the front
here.
Yeah, just insta-pop.
Bam!
Bang, he's dead. Moon wants to go over the wall. Double flash instantly follows, gets him as well. Sun with a flash took W. It's on cooldown, pretty long rank level 1. I'm pretty sure LeBlanc can control his clone, so I was surprised he wasn't body blocking.
You alt click.
Yeah,
there's multiple ways.
Yeah, I'm surprised he did not control the clone to continue body blocking for him here, because he really lucked into this snapback right now on the last cleaver that comes in. That was not intentional at all. Complete luck to keep him alive. And now Piglet cuts off the escape path. Then Morgana's revived, and Vulcan's able to find a kill, answer back. So even though they lose their blue buff and still get 2 for 1, that should have been a 3 for 0.
We are in this game. Already a kill a minute as 3 ticks over 2-1 in favor of CLG. Flash down, looking at summoners. Looks like they can't really take too much control of a lane. Kind of mismatching summoners there keeps everybody just about equal. But we'll have to see how they start this early aggression. That was 2 assists for Wiggly, and he hasn't gone back to buy yet. A death for Moon, but still Talia's a super fast jungler, so he can easily make some marks in the lanes. What a start, though.
Yeah, I think this is weirdly one of those times where despite getting 2 kills level 1, it's not necessarily one of those ones that influences the lane.
Yeah.
It's not quite like a Darius got 2 kills and goes back to lane with 2 long swords early on and a corrupting pod into a Mundo. So Mundo's a little safer, but went with boots, which isn't going to help him out too much. He does have the Doran shield already. Varus didn't get a chance to back. Same with the Gragas, like you were saying. Yasuo didn't back. Going to go back right now. See what he can grab with it early on.
Keep an eye on the inventory. Some dematerializers for Sun. Still has yet to use those. Just movement speed and attack speed.
Makes some sense.
First. Oh, yeah.
Early on, hopefully can dodge out of some LeBlanc chains coming in. Here we go.
Quick bop. There's the summoner down. Black shield a little bit late for Piglet. They're going to flash forward for a few more shots. He's just out of range. The red keeps him, though. And now they got the damage devour onto Vulcan. The last few hits come through. 2 kills for Counterlogic Gaming in the bot side. His Sun
Tuesday.
now going head-to-head with Tuesday. He is goal side of Sun's turret. He needs to get himself back on the other side of the lane. And now he's under his own farming. Just about, I wouldn't say safely yet, but it's not over. Coast to coast fights as Fallen Bandit all the way down with full procs from Mac Trobo in the top lane with the help of Moon. We said that Talia could come back fast.
Feels like CLG got caught watching their bot lane a little bit there. Tuesday somehow in the complete middle of the enemy minion wave. Saw a wind wall out, so I'm just going to assume that he failed to block the
down
chain
bot.
got blocked up. Here's just a really easy gank by Wiggly. No vision control. So much action level 1 makes it hard to track what was happening. So Piglet gets dropped right away. It was a bit of an interesting path by Wiggly too, who I believe went blue to blue and then cleared down. So I don't think Piglet was expecting him to be there. They find a kill here. Fallen Bandit just not ready for the flash pull because Max Trobo did not participate in all those shenanigans level 1. He has the flash to kick that off, and Fallen Bandit had flashed for those kills early on, so it was actually a pretty easy gank to pull off there. And you see how much damage Darius can do to a melee when he gets on top of him. You see why that counts.
Wild. Man, Fallen Bandit probably thought he had a chance to get out of that. He loses 300 of health immediately. He says, Ruby Crystals. I'm going to go ahead and stack a bit more HP so he cannot do that and hopefully get the dunk on. Max Trobo feeling good at 1-0. And now a few hits. That is a level 6. Last breath. Sun's going to be running for the turret. He knows which one he needs to hit. Ignite goes down. Last shot. He's going to keep himself alive as Moon cannot get the distance necessary.
Yeah, if he gets that to lead W off,
that's flash a smite here.
Yeah, maybe. Flash smite, Q him.
I don't know, maybe he's just gonna go ahead and play it safe. Doesn't want to put himself any farther behind. A lot of crazy things gonna happen Tuesday. Knows what he is doing on Yasuo, so you can't expect that he's playing a little dumb on that.
Yeah, I mean, Tuesday probably communicated. I'm sure Moon was asking Sun. Tuesday still has flash. You don't know where Wiggly is.
That's a good point. Yeah, flash.
You could very easily find yourself flashing in, not finding anything, getting traded back on. But I just feel like this game's getting out of hand, pretty reminiscent to the previous game as well.
Very fast. Clutch able to put a few more kills on the board, keeping them in range. More so than we saw last game's escalate. Oh,
Ew.
That was a stinky chain. I like it. Really getting that in there. Quick clear here. Should be a good denial for Tuesday on that turret. Oh, a beautiful denial. Gonna start throwing those minions in on the siege wave, so that'll feel pretty good as Sun goes back to buy. And now attack speed with a bit of crit, as you'd expect Tuesday to come back and just want to keep throwing down those ultimates as he can get Sun his damage down.
And everyone's talking about the marksman buffs coming in with the itemization changes next patch. Hey, guess who likes that too? Yasuo.
Yeah.
Yasuo is very happy to have those changes coming through and make everything a little bit cheaper. I think all the Shiv items are down to 2,600 with Phantom Dancer being 2,500, and then IE is down from 36 to 34 or something.
Right.
3,600.
It's like that final cost of building your items.
Yeah, so we'll see
So good.
if Yasuo's continue to reap the rewards of the marksman changes.
Scuttle control nicely in favor of CLG. Looks like they'll have a Cloud Drake first. He seems to be spawning quite a bit with the RNG gods today on our Rift. Harassing MarkZ just being a bully under the turret. Wow, as well. Bullies here from CLG as they start to invade. Vulcan's going to look for the Tormented Soil Steal, but no go. And quick dodge by Phil. Nice job. Sucks the belly in real quick.
Uh-oh.
Keeps him in range for a second heated turret shot. You gotta think he has his ultimate, so MarkZ is just knowing that he can toy with Fallen Bandit right now. And maybe actually get Moon up here in just a few seconds.
And so that blue buff steal is, and that's why I was talking about the LeBlanc has a pretty easy time Wing the Gragas ultimate, especially if they're ready for it. Does need to be careful about the potential follow-up dive, but Moon is in the area. CLG back off. And that second blue buff steal, it's one of those things, this works in solo queue. If you ever steal the enemy buff level 1 and they started the other buff, it forces them to take a 50-50 on which one that you are going to invade. So if you get some deep vision around 6-7 minutes as we see another all-in.
Oh my word, it happened so quick, but while Sun gets out, getting a few more shots, takes the ultimate back. The last hit does not take him down. And Tuesday, although dancing beautifully under the turret, Sun gets out magically.
Fancy feet, and now Sun potentially wants to trade back. They don't know where Wiggly is. Does call that play off.
Woo. Props to Sun there, definitely getting caught up, but props to Tuesday as well. What a back and forth between those two in the mid lane on such highly mechanics champions.
Yeah, but it always ends up with Tuesday coming out the favorite a little bit.
It does.
He's got more HP. He's continuing pressure with Wiggly now. They're getting that turret chip down. He's got a 20 CS lead. They're just making it harder and harder for Sun. Wiggly has flash. He was threatening that flash body slam. Knew LeBlanc had the W though. And with all this pressure in the mid lane that Moon keeps having to respond to, it's kind of allowing the side lanes to play hyper aggro. You saw MarkZ threatening turret dives. You see Otto and Phil press all the way up in this lane. Nobody is really having to respect the junglers with how aggressive the mid laners are playing. And it's creating a bit of a split map situation where MarkZ is dominating the top side, about a 30 CS lead, with CLG dominating the mid and bot lane. Yeah.
Tuesday's got that 30 CS lead in mid lane as well, so he's saying, hey, it's okay. Just keep farming, Bandit. I got that in mid. Hopefully they can start adding pressure from one side to the other. I definitely thought we'd have a lot more action regarding the beginning of the game, but they did work off those early flashes, which was good to see. A few lanes continue to get hit up as the teams try to gain that early advantage. It's good to see those, the second and third place team going at it this hard, not kind of putting it on reserve.
Yeah, I think it was a pretty crazy level 1 that both teams afterwards reacted to very well.
Yeah.
Thought Wiggly had some smart pathing, and I think MarkZ, tracking the fact that Fallen Bandit had no flash, knew that, you know, as soon as Talia made her way up there in a slightly close to even lane situation, he can get that flash apprehended at any point. So plays into their win condition as well as the, you know, with the counterpick top laner.
Ooh. All right, 11 minutes on the clock. We're 3 minutes after our stopwatches, which could possibly now be purchased if you had that 600 gold back. A few ready, actually. Fallen Bandit definitely getting that one for his ultimate so it can work under turret with the pressure he's had from MarkZ. We only have one from Vulcan there to get in for a nice Soul Shackle ultimate if they need to.
You see just how much pressure Wiggly is living in the jungle, threatening a dive bot lane, threatening a dive mid lane. They don't really know where to go.
Oh, he says, yeah, chain me. We will lock you down. Tuesday, oh! They almost get the turret onto Moon and the rest, so Tuesday has more time for the damage. But Vulcan and Moon just short-stepping that. They should be able to take down the turret. MarkZ entering the fray. And as that challenger approaches, everybody backs off. One last hit on the turret, and that might be tough for Tuesday. I wonder if he's got the cojones to do it.
I don't know if it's worth dashing into a Darius to finish the turret off. You can play it not so greedy because eventually someone will have to answer up on the top side because Mundo did not follow up on that play, and he's just very happy to push that line. And as of course, MarkZ goes up there to catch that wave as well.
Ooh, Piglet playing far back. Quick damage there.
Looks like he was pretty aware of the fact Otto had no ultimate, because for a second I was like, Piglet, your Morgana's not that close. I don't know if you want to be walking up like that, but with no ultimate on the Ashe, not in too much threat.
So there's a little bit of the action we were looking for. And one last sneeze on that mid turret breaks the map open. Also gives some nice roundabout goals to the rest of the team. Whoop! Nice dodge. Max range extension. Let's see. Still 34 CS lead on that top side. MarkZ hasn't gotten too much more of a roam than down towards that mid lane. Teleports just about up on that top side. It's going to be up first for MarkZ. We may see a play coming in if Clutch try to put something else on the map to counteract that sneeze.
It's a 1,000 gold sneeze in his pocket. Goes from 2 to 3K with that one little attack, and now with the mid lane broken and how much pressure Tuesday has, you have to expect him to start roaming to these side lanes with Wiggly and looking to make some big plays to really blow this game open in their favor.
Feral Smite goes down, taken by Wiggly. They're actually going to continue the fight. Possible engage onto Sun as the cast misses. They back out. And now Vulcan and the rest of the team. Oh no! The small bindings are missing the whole time. Phil didn't even try to dodge that one, but now you're kind of trying to play the not lead game, and he's missing again. You can't win. Huge fight coming in. Remember that stopwatch is still there, but MarkZ, rug swept out from under his feet in a fight he was just winning.
Early Sunfire by Fallen Bandit.
Early
14
Sunfire.
minutes into the game. Not really. MarkZ wasn't ready for the extra damage to come out. And that's a big problem to have your counter pick getting solo killed.
Also, Fallen Bandit doing a good job at staying on top of him. Deny the spin damage from his Q as well as the outside heal. He says, what are you going to get back from it? I can just eat that up with Burning Agony and stand all over you. See how MarkZ changes his play style now. Executioner's Calling is there to give him a little bit of help as well, so he can cut down on that healing for Mundo. Love here from Wiggly onto the Rift Herald as there's a quick ping going down. We'll see how far he can get without attention.
Probably quite a while.
Yeah.
As you see, CLG's bot lane is actually making their way up to the top side as well. So it looks like they're going to want to combo this take of the Rift Herald with a lane swap. Feeling like the Mundo is tanky enough to hold the turret better than the Darius can. Wanting to accelerate this game a little bit with all that pressure that they have.
You know, it happened for CLG this way yesterday too. They were able to take down mid turret first, which is not something you usually see. It's an outside, your bots switch, you go top, but having the mid down is such a weird separation of defense for the opposing team, because you want to defend, but now CLG can kind of rotate into your red easier. They can cut you back to mid through your jungle, as you can already see Phil saying, hey, this is already ours. Look at this vision.
Yeah, and unfortunately for CLG, they don't have any vision deep on the bot side. Talia's actually not down there, so Mundo's playing with a ton of respect. There's another 1v1 in the mid lane.
Slicing and dicing, as seen on TV. Tuesday goes deep, the lick's coming in, and they're going to be able to almost get the kill onto Tuesday. He stays good as the Wanderer's shield comes back up. Piglet gets taken down, sliced up into the bacon. And it looks like across the map, Clutch Gaming lose 2, along with a lot of turret HP.
So I was saying the fact that Talia was actually up on the top side. Usually when you're in this split map situation, the jungler hovers around your duo lane to make sure that the turret drops. And while they hadn't had eyes on Moon, they assumed he wasn't there. It allows them to get the turret. Piglet, once they see him, gets chased down very easily by the Mundo, who finds yet another solo kill. And so Fallen Bandit is up to 3 kills now. Vulcan, once again, off of that.
Just shy. Sun was in his eyes. Fallen Bandit heard it coming. I mean, usually Morgana bindings have those Zelda dungeon arms that just grab you, send you home, send you back to the fountain. Here's this fight again from Tuesday. He has been relentless. In second Yasuo play in a row, he's just looking comfortable on the champion.
Almost super close to going down there. Nice wind ball to keep himself alive. And then Fallen Bandit, like I said, just runs at Piglet. Nothing he can do about it. He's got that early tenacity completed, so not going to get locked down by that ultimate for too long. And now, CLG putting their duel in.
Love for Tuesday. They're going to see if they can kick him back to last week. He's going for the squishy targets, tries to get onto Piglet, can't get any lifesteal in that build just yet. That's really going to matter. So he goes down, and A few hits coming through from Clutch, but what do they gain? Only a little bit of the map back, and they can only throw down the vision for now.
Still, it's a nice shutdown.
It is.
On to Tuesday, get that extra gold. Now the bounties start at 2 kills. And hopefully slow the game down a little bit, because CLG has not had great vision control in the bot side ever since that move where they sent their dual lane to the top. And it's led to some sticky situations where they weren't able to defend a turret when they might have been able to. And here, Tuesday gets picked off, not knowing where the Talia is. And got to start using that pressure from their dual lane, which is sitting mid, to start getting better vision control out for themselves on other parts of the map.
Nile of resources left and right. A lot of things happened early this game. We still have another 2.5 minutes before we get Baron. Inner turrets are taking a bit of damage, so bot may be the focus for a quick tick. We see CLG starting to rotate a little bit. It will be Wiggly down on that bottom side. We'll see how many people stay as Otto and Phil head towards the mid lane.
Yeah, everyone goes back to base and comes out with some pink wards. 3 on the support, 1 on the Ashe, 2 on Wiggly. They are ready to start vision controlling real hard.
Ocean Drake coming up. Actually, both objectives are going to spawn at the same time. Slow movement as finally they find that pink ward right behind red buff. They're there for quite some time, giving CLG a lot of information. Just placed, 1 denied. Good placement though, as Clutch Gaming is actually getting suffocated pretty hard here. They have to find kind of unique spots to ward, and that's something you have to remember. It's not as easy as just placing everything down. CLG is looking to clear these immediately, and there go more pinks from CLG getting placed around the objectives.
Yeah, all things considered, Clutch is doing a good job of trying to keep up with the vision control, but they're still weak enough that they're getting forced out of these situations. Wiggly went down the bot side. Sun had to evacuate. They lose their last outer turret. And despite all those pinks being down, they're not actually able to fight over the visions. Looking for pinks, though.
Ooh, that's a lot of damage on the Fallen Bandit. Zanya, so he can get the ultimate damage through. Vulcan's going to go down very quick, as he is the first. Sorry, Moon and Vulcan going down. Tuesday just behind the turret with Piglet. Max Trobo trying to stay that defensive wall is just the body, but Piglet over the wall, flashes away from Tuesday. He has so many targets he can get onto, and forcing so many flashes. It's hard for anybody on Clutch to find an area where they can deal damage at this portion of the game. 13 and 12 against the level 11 of Piglet. He's forced to back. Now a 3v1 on Max Trobo under the turret as he stays too long and becomes fish food for the rest of CLG.
Just a really over-aggressive play by Clutch Gaming. I understand the idea of using that vision control that we were just complimenting to try and find some brush baits, but you can't do it onto the Mundo. He's way too tanky, and he still had his stopwatch available at that point. So he just goes in there, doesn't care that he gets hit with all the CC, ults through it, pops his stopwatch, and once all that CC's down, nothing's to stop that Yasuo from running wild on the backline of your team.
One of the things is we had a bit of a separation before this fight without any action. So you kind of consider, what does your opponent's error look like? This wasn't so much an error getting caught out.
Yeah, just one of those things where I'm a tank. This is what I want to do. I want to face check things.
Yeah.
And Clutch, it's good to try and poke him out. It's fine to shoot a binding at him and some Talia damage, but you got to get ready for them to follow up on that engage. They're not going to get scared off that easily, and Wiggly finds the angle for that ultimate, sets up Tuesday for his own, and just like that, mid lane inner drops and top lane inner takes a lot of damage.
This time, Clutch uses a bit of that pressure to go topside, but they actually won't be able to use 3 to take a turret down.
Tuesday.
They decide to go back. They say, you know, we pressured too long here. We give them a lot of time at Baron, as well as another turret top. It's got to be that time when you back. And CLG, look at the top side of this map on the image, 10-5, or 10 and 5, I should say, 9 and 6 for Clutch. So if they can take this win, they separate that 2nd and 3rd place just a little bit. So that feels good too, as they keep that in mind, pushing forward in this game. Wiggly now getting caught. Definitely a bigger catch than the Mundo, but still nothing that Clutch Gaming can bite down on. They find another fight being engaged on the other side of the map. Good usage and a huge last breath, somehow connecting 3 members of Clutch Gaming. Vulcan, Moon, very low. Max Trobo tries to get the dunk before he has dunked himself. And Piglet is going to go down fast. It's going to be on the front line. Fallen Bandit taking the tank to town. and they're gonna lose members left and right as Clutch Gaming starts getting swept off their feet. Tuesday is just able to get on to every member. No matter how fast Clutch can move, they always have somebody on their tail.
It wasn't a terrible fight by Clutch Gaming in terms of how they played it, but they are down way too much gold to hope to win that one, up to 11K on the back end of that fight. And Sun does a good job with some fancy feet trying to stay alive, dodges out on a ton of CC to bait this long enough. Moon collapses in. They're doing a good job, but that big Grog Assault with the Yasuo, again, chunking people out. And then the front line so tanky, there's so much damage dumped into them when they finally get those kills. Otto is untouched in the back line. He's able to flash forward. Fallen Bandit with that ultimate still going, and the mobility of Yasuo at the start of the fight also kind of ends it, finds Moon, find the last kills, and they find the ace.
And it's crazy. As good as Talia is at kind of, kiting a fight, as good as Varus is, and Morgana binding and Tormented Soil, it's kind of also needs to stay on that worked ground for a second in that area to deliver, and CLG just keep piling through. They're never in one spot. Clutch Gaming just cannot stop the power. That's what happens when you're ahead. You just have to keep pushing your lead. It almost makes it look easy now for CLG. 11,000 gold up, and they get the vision in from Hawkshot. Clutch Gaming still trying to put advantages on the board, and they're just getting found out. Sun almost getting drunk under the table here from Wiggly as they get the Abyssal Voyage topside. Phil and Otto are going to get back in. Oh, a barrel to Baron, but he's still going to get the kill as he comes back over and
on him.
Gives him the chuckle. There's just so much they have. You can even follow a LeBlanc with the way, the advantage that they have right now. That just feels bad.
Yeah, I was going to say, Clutch Gaming still has their inhibitors. They didn't take the Baron after that ace. It's still pretty bad as CLG have the much stronger team fighting team comp as well. And you see, when the jungler can solo your mid laner, you are in for a tough game.
That's a stinger right there. Max Trobo, so much damage from these cleavers. Good lordy. Fallen Bandit. He's just standing up there. He's like, oh, am I hitting me? Is this what? I need some deep. I got flies all over me. Man, 12K gold lead, and it is showing in some of the tankiest members as well. But Otto and Phil, we said they had a great Brand lane yesterday with a bit more damage coming in. Now it's the Ashe and the Tom Kench, still working out with a variety. The rest of CLG Gaming really winning their lanes this game.
Yeah, all around a great team effort off the back of a nice level one that went in their favor.
I gotta say, Fallen Bandit definitely falling behind this game, but able to come out in the team aspect. Max Trobo had a good lane for himself. He did yesterday too. It's unfortunate more pressure couldn't have been readily put into that top lane.
I gotta say, poor Fallen Bandit, while he did lose that one death from a nice gank, it made sense given the fact that he was down his flash after the level 1 and got a solo kill later. So despite how it didn't start his way, he really turned that one around. Piglet is starting to hit relatively hard. He did go for the Ginsu build, which is something you don't see on Varus very much. It's usually straight play the Rune King first, or a lot of people are going for the Archer builds where you go tier into some lethality items. Piglet kind of going for the hyper carry AD build, if you want to call it that. Much more auto attack focus. Gets doinked there.
Piglet! Oh, good spell immune. Great fingers by Vulcan. He actually held the shield so it didn't wear off. Somebody couldn't break it or proc it. Hit it as soon as the cast came out. Keep Piglet alive and keep that output in a position where he can hit Otto, hit Phil, get that back line scared. Otto just taunting. What are you doing, bro? He knows he's gonna get eaten, but you can still die to a guy in the belly. Very close to going down. Chain of Corruption is actually going to lock. He's gonna back, no problem there. They got the 4-second fast back from Baron. Piglet is being walked around now. Sun looks to come in, a quick distortion as he absolutely deletes Otto. CLG playing a little too free right now as they get taken down, but they still have control. They know what they're doing, and they're playing with their food as they start taking down Clutch Gaming's base.
That was a bit of a silly ending there as Clutch Gaming got a little aggressive, but it was already kind of in the books. The fact that CLG was going to be able to close this game out. They're trying to take all the structures down. They want that complete victory, but they refocus down onto the Nexus now as respawns start coming in.
A bit of a cue to Benny Hill, if you will. CLG enjoying the end of this one as they separate themselves from Clutch Gaming in third place. Still have that second hold and take the victory overall.
Yeah, giant redemption story for these guys as they were battling in the bottom of the standings in the first half of
Yeah.
Spring Split. Much like their LCS roster, they went on a nice run, but still came up short as there's only 4 teams that made it then. Now it gets expanded to 6 teams, and we're talking about, hey, maybe it'd be nice if they made playoffs this time, and they go ahead and grab themselves, not quite yet, but they're in a position to grab themselves the second bye of the playoffs.
That's got to feel good for them. As you said, coming through, having a bit of changes as well in the jungle for them to start off and trying to find a mix of just what would work in the end for these teams. It's been hard for LCS teams, so the Academy teams are as well working as hard as possible to make it work, getting changed in and out.
Yeah, in this game you get to see all their members working out. Fallen Bandit was a guy who looked like he was struggling a lot last spring, is now hands down probably the best Mundo in all of Academy as he continues to find kills in bad matchups. Once again, this game, it was a really impressive team effort by CLG.
Absolutely. We'll begin right back at the party of this game. Let's go. I want to get invited again to this one. Level 1 that never ended. You can almost cue that song right now.
Oh, yeah, once again. And this is it starts horribly for Clutch Gaming. 2 dead. Sun is caught in the middle of the river. Looks like he has a long way to go, but the snapback on the clone right there, blocking the last cleaver. The accidental outplay baits Fallen Bandit to taking some turret shots. Now Piglet, full HP, is able to collapse in here. Starts getting the autos down on the Mundo. Woo. Sun's barely alive. Baits the flash out of Phil as well. And with this, Fallen Bandit will die once there and then get killed again at the top side. So, you know, that had a lot of cascading effects with how this game played out.
And CLG kind of held control. CLG and mid lane for Clutch held control. We saw a lot of top lane winning going on by Max Trobo, and then in the mid lane, Tuesday was going off, but it really came down to CLG pushing a lead at 20 minutes in, and they were able to find themselves an ace. Overall, a lot of fighting between what we just saw and now, but CLG was able to get down in the second tier turret.
And some fancy footwork by Sun delays this for a period of time, but once quickly shows up, gets the ultimate off, says, you know what, Yasuo, I'll make it real easy for you to find that ultimate. He gets the 3-man. Max Trobo shows up, but he is not as strong as the Mundo at all at this point in the game. He's been completely outscaled, and Mundo's able to keep charging in, which allows his team to get the rest of this chase down. They find Moon, they find Vulcan, they find the ace, find some turrets, find the win.
Interesting priorities here, too. We saw a lot of those jungle bans coming through to start. That Gragas pickup coming in for CLG pretty fast, saying, hey, you know, Wiggly's important there, and whatever you're going to take on the other side, I feel like we can take it. They left that Talia up, and it actually worked out pretty well for him. Not something you always see.
Yeah, I think it was a great game playing by CLG. Pretty standard team comp, all things considered. Maybe a slight lack of magic damage as they only really had the Mundo and the Gragas. But when those guys get ahead, hey, it's completely fine. And the enemy team didn't really have a way to stop them from doing anything. So once they got that lead off that level 1, they just kind of ramped it the rest of the game.
Heck yeah. So right now, to hear more about that victory, I'd like to welcome Otto to the broadcast via Skype. Otto, what's going on, man? Great game in the bot side.
Yeah, nothing much. The game was pretty easy after the level 1. My job was just to like not turbo int, and you know we had Tom Kench and Ash, so it was a pretty good win.
So I want to know about the level 1. Instantly, we saw Tuesday, and I believe it was
Vulcan get popped.
They flashed over into pit. Did you guys know? Were you saying don't blow all flashes, but 2 are following if we are here for this fight? Because that was instant.
Yeah, so we did a good amount of homework, and we figured they would level 1 invade with Talia. So once the fight started, we all just called Morgana first, and after that, it's just like instinct. Some people were like, oh, I'm gonna flash over. Some people were like, no, just calm down, no. And then like whatever happened. And then it turned out pretty well, I'd say.
That was a great start. It was a great start.
Yeah, so talking a little bit about the Ashe, a lot more stable of a pick compared to what we saw last week with the Pyke on broadcast. So tell me a little bit about that. Maybe what led to the change? Was the Pyke not working out for you?
Okay, so Pyke is scrim champ. I will probably never be able to play him again. So, you know, we wanted to win today, so I have a 100% win rate on Ashe and competitive. So, you know, my team was just, all right, just play Ashe and, you know, just win the game.
So is that kind of a reflection of you guys focusing up a little bit to try and get that bye? Because there's one more up for grabs. C9 has locked theirs, and you guys are in a great position to grab it for yourselves.
Yeah, I mean, a bye would be really cool. I mean, for me, I just want to play on stage, and we're already guaranteed to play on stage. So the bye would be cool. But, I mean, hey, if we're quarterfinals, semis, I mean, more stage time, I don't really mind. I just want to play on stage already.
Heck yeah. I got to ask you, you guys had a bit of a rough start. You changed things around in the season. What has kind of been a goal that you guys reached, or kind of where that advancement came from, could you say, for the team that you're doing so much better now?
I think just this split, the atmosphere is like really good. Like we really work together. There's no one has like too much of an ego. Everyone's just like willing to work with each other and improve. And I think we're all just like meshing really well now. And Fallen Bandits popping off. Everyone's just like starting to pop off now. I think last split, it was like that was only happening